Well, good Sunday afternoon to all you listening in here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. I'm Logan Maddox, and we're live from Humphrey Coliseum, the Hump, here in Starkville, Mississippi, for the third game of the 2023-24 campaign as the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, the women's basketball squad, set to take on their second SEC foe of the week in the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The Bulldogs come in 25th ranked in the nation and 2-0 after a couple of dominant wins over Alcorn State and Southeastern Louisiana. They played less than 48 hours ago on Friday night here at the Hump and back at it against Jack State, who's in search of their first win of the new year. The Gamecocks, coached by 11th year head coach Rick Petrie, trying for his second all-time win against Mississippi State and his first at Jacksonville State. As for Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, coached by second-year head coach Sam Purcell, who is a perfect 10-0 at home against non-conference opponents in his time at MSU. For Jacksonville State, a tough first week so far. A loss on the road at Auburn on Monday. Fell by 29 points to a veteran Tigers squad. Samaya Steele, the transfer from Alabama State, had a good debut, had 11 points. A couple of other good performances here and there from Jack State, but just overmatched by an Auburn team that has the experience and has the size to do some damage in the SEC. Made the long trip west out to St. George, Utah on Thursday night to take on the Trailblazers of Utah Tech, and started very good, led at the end of the first period, but could not keep that up. Ended up falling by 15 at Utah Tech. The Trailblazers shot it unbelievably, including Brianna Gillen, the WAC preseason player of the year. She had a career-top day against the Gamecocks, and Jack State just couldn't keep up with her. So what will the story be here as they take on their second and last SEC opponent of the 2023-24 regular season? This is the fourth meeting between the Gamecocks and the Bulldogs since Jacksonville State moved to Division I back in 1995-96. Gamecocks lost by 15 points the last time they made the trip. That was back in 2012. It was a 69-54 loss. Gamecocks also lost here in December 2001 and November 2011. Jack State trying to avoid their first 0-3 start in 10 years. The last time that happened was back in 2013-2014, which was Rick Petrie's first season in Calhoun County. They have not started 0-4 since the year before that. So the Gamecocks looking to avoid that history being made as they take on Mississippi State. Jack State looking for their first win against an SEC opponent in 4 years. Last time that happened was against Ole Miss. Rather, that was 5 years ago now, in 2018-2019 in Oxford, Mississippi. Rick Petrie in his time in Jacksonville, previous 10 years, he's 2-10 against SEC foes, beating Alabama his second year, and then of course Ole Miss 5 years ago. For Jacksonville State, in that loss to Utah Tech, one player stood out among the rest. That was Crystal Aston, the junior college transfer, had 19 points, 9 rebounds, led the team or tied for the most on the team in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. Also shot 7 for 16 from the field and 5 of 11 from deep. Can she keep it going as Mississippi State makes their way out onto the floor? A tall Mississippi State squad. They've had several players do big things early in this new season. They picked up a win against Southeastern Louisiana on Friday night. They led by 1 point at the half, then went on a 23-2 run. Forced 6 turnovers in that run and turned in 21 points off 18 turnovers on the night. And all Mississippi State did was score 70 rebounds against Alcorn State in their season opener on Monday. So a pretty good start for them. They have got players all around that can shoot and can play defense. Head coach Rick Petrie said they are kind of like an all-star team between the players who were here last year and were big contributors and the players who they got in the transfer portal that were major playmakers at other schools. They are an unreal squad, ranked 25th in the nation, predicted to be one of the top squads in the Southeastern Conference this season. And we will see what they can do against the Gamecocks tonight. We'll have the starting lineups in just a minute, as well as the uniforms when we come back here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Stay with us, live from Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi. We are back with you here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Logan Maddox joining you on this Sunday afternoon in the Magnolia State. Jacksonville State and Mississippi State coming your way here in just a moment as we're about to have the starting lineups announced. Jacksonville State wearing their road black unis. Jack State, the stacked logo on the front in white letters with red trim. And the first one out is Samaya Steele, the Meridianville, Alabama native, who had 11 points Monday against Auburn, has had a pretty good first week. She's followed by Kiera Griffin, the 4-year starter out of Birmingham. 1 6-foot forward, followed by another. It's Bree Rhodes, junior forward out of Montgomery, Alabama. Then it's Crystal Asen. Crystal, the junior guard out of Tacoma, Washington, had 19 points, 9 rebounds Thursday at Utah Tech. And the final starter, the sophomore forward standing 5'11" out of Heflin, Brooklyn McDaniel, the Gamecocks coached by 11th-year head coach Rick Petrie, 11th-year assistant Eric Wise, first-year assistants Destiny Thomas and Kayvon Towns, director of basketball ops Harley Cook, and graduate assistant Preston Odom. As for Mississippi State, the Bulldogs hype video playing here at the Hump as they're about to make their way out of the tunnel. Really nice crowd on hand for the third game of the new year for both of these squads. Mississippi State coming off an NCAA tournament appearance last year, made it to the second round. They're playing some highlights here in Starkville. Plenty of those last year and plenty of them to start the new year for the maroon and white. And now the starters. So the starters will come out of the tunnel. This is unique like that. First one out is Miracle Shepard, the 5'10" freshman guard from Kent, Washington. She had a double-double on Monday in the win against in-state foe Alcorn State. Next up for Mississippi State, that is Debriasha Poe. Poe, number 21, a 6'1" sophomore forward from Meridian, Mississippi. The rest of the starters going like this. Number 2, Jerkayla Jordan, a senior guard from New Orleans. Number 4, Jessica Carter, 6'5" center, a graduate from Waverly, Georgia. Then the final starter for the Bulldogs is number 5, Erin Barnum, another graduate forward. She's 6'2", out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Bulldogs coached by second-year head coach Sam Purcell, an Auburn alum, helped out by second-year assistant Muriel Page, second-year assistant Corey Irvin, second-year assistant Gabe Lazo, and first-year assistant Michelle Clark-Hurd, along with fellow first-year assistant Tony Dukes. Bulldogs 2-0 on the new year. Jacksonville State 0-2. We'll see if those trends continue or if Jacksonville State can shock the world and upset the 25th ranked team in the nation on the road this afternoon. Just eye-popping numbers when you look at this starting lineup for Mississippi State. 19.5 points, 9.5 rebounds per game for Jerkayla Jordan coming into this one. Erin Barnum and Jessica Carter almost averaging a double-double, ditto for Debriasha Poe. Mississippi State wearing their home white unis. It's got the maroon letters and numbers, maroon stripe down the side with the Mississippi State logo on the thigh. Haven't seen a look at the front just yet. Jacksonville State starting 5 out there. It's got the Mississippi State logo, the Mississippi on the front with State in script curved, all in maroon on the front. Gamecocks out there, it'll be Brianna Rhodes, the Carver Montgomery High School product, jumping at the line for Jack State. Would imagine she's going to go up against the 6'5" Carter, but I guess you never know. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon here in Starkville, Mississippi. Bulldogs out of their huddle onto the floor, and indeed the assumption was correct. Jessica Carter from Waverly Hall, Georgia, that's right outside of Columbus, will jump for the Bulldogs. 5 inches on Rhodes, and the opening tip is won by the Bulldogs. Falls in the backcourt, picked up by number 14, Miracle Shepard. Shepard to the right wing, nearly a travel, goes down low to Carter, lays it off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Brianna Rhodes, nearly a travel herself as she got the rebound. Gives it off to Samaya Steele. Steele to the left side of the floor, just in front of the Bulldog bench. Pressured by Shepard, gives it off to McDaniel. Brooklyn to the elbow. The Cleburne County alumni has it ripped out of her hands. Poked away by Jessica Carter. Good defense by Mississippi State. They'll drive, kick it in the corner. A 3-ball is up, and it's good by Debrecia Poe. 3-pointer, and it's 3-0 Mississippi State, less than a minute in. Gamecocks trying for a response. Samaya Steele takes it to the right wing. Going left side this time to Crystal Asen. She'll drive, kick it in the corner. Steele holds on to it. Shepard on her in defense. Man-to-man defense here from the Bulldogs. And she has it swatted at. It's on the floor. A tie-up and possession to Jack State. Once again, it's big number 4, Jessica Carter, with a good play defensively for Mississippi State. And Samaya Steele went toward the right side of that lane. Carter got a hand on it, swatted it away, and there was a scramble for it on the floor. Inbounds pass caught by Kiera Griffin in the corner, has to pass it off to Brooklyn McDaniel. Shot at the horn is missed, and it's a shot clock violation. McDaniel, the sophomore out of Heflin, took it inside the paint but couldn't find the iron. And a 3-0 lead, a minute 20 in for Mississippi State and their basketball. Shepard passes straight away to Jerkayla Jordan. Guard out of NOLA. Races past Kiera Griffin and lays it off the backboard with ease, 5-0. This game, of course, being broadcast on SEC Network Plus. But we thank those of you tuning in here on the Gamecock Sports Network. 3-ball from the wing, and Griffin's got too much on it. Board for the Bulldogs. Jordan down the floor to Poe. Straight away, Carter. Jessica Carter, the Harris County High School product out of the Peach State. Hands it off to Shepard. Drives around left side, and it's knocked out of bounds. A little bit of contact, but no foul called. Brooklyn McDaniel with a rejection. One of 4 Conference USA matchups going on today. We'll tell you how the others are going at our next break. High inbounds pass caught by the 6'5" Carter. Over to Poe, now a 3 from Jordan, and it's off the back of the rim, rebounded by nobody. Out of bounds off Mississippi State is the official call. Samaya Steele and Shepard going for it that time. Miracle Shepard, the freshman guard out of Montverde Academy of Florida, but a native of Washington. Same home state as Crystal Asen. Both of them balling out here in Starkville, Mississippi today. Samaya Steele bounces one to Brianna Rhodes on the left side. Rhodes around multiple defenders, and again, too hard on the try. Off the backboard, rebounded by Mississippi State, pushing the floor quickly. They go to Carter inside, hook shot no good. Falls a bit short, pulled down by Kiera Griffin. Samaya Steele runs point, passes ahead to Brooklyn McDaniel, now to Brianna Rhodes. Jumper from the elbow, and she buries it for the first points of the day. 7:09 and ticking here in the first period. Jack State's on the board, it's 5-2, and there's an offensive foul against the Bulldogs. It was away from the play as Mississippi State was taking it down the court. Jessica Carter bumps into Bree Rhodes. It's Jack State basketball. Samaya still in no hurry, takes it up the floor. Miracle Shepard will greet her about a quarter of the way up, and a big screen set by Rhodes. Samaya Steele tried to pass it, and it was knocked away by Carter. Out of bounds. Red and white still holding on to the ball. Steele, the Hazel Green High School star, who was a 2-time Miss Alabama basketball, throws it in to Griffin. Has it straight away, now left side. It goes to Steele. Takes it to the free throw line. A handoff to Griffin. Long two. That one off the back of the rim. Scooped up by Jordan. Kayla Jordan down the right sideline. Passes to Shefford. Now to Debrisha Poe on the wing. Poe around two Gamecocks. Has a long two. And it's off to the left, but an offensive board for Barnum. Barnum's shot in traffic is good. Erin Barnum, the former Arkansas Razorback, with her first points of the match. 7-2. 6:15 to go in the opening period. A 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Samaya still holding on to it for Jacksonville State. Goes right to left. Shepard on her tight in defense. Spins the opposite way, gets away from her. Gives off to Kiera Griffin, fakes a three. Now outside of McDaniel, she'll try a tray. Again, won't fall for Jacksonville State. Rebounded by Barnum for MSU. Down the floor quickly they go. Poe has it. Inside to Carter, and another offensive foul. A second charge called against Jessica Carter. The first one was an easy call. That one a little bit closer, but the Gamecocks won't argue it. Stoppage of play as a couple of subs check in for either side. Brooklyn McDaniel out, Madison McCoy in for Jack State. Kiera Griffin comes out. Maya Barnes checks in for the red and white. So does Shaquise May. Several changes for Mississippi State as well. Jessica Carter comes off, but Nyunga Goni comes in for her, the 6'4 junior from Miami. Others coming in include Lauren Park Lane, and one more as Samaya Steele throws it right to the other sub. Darion Rogers, who is fouled, putting up a layup on the opposite end. Rogers had passed it off. That was Jordan who was fouled, but Rogers was the one who came away with the takeaway. 5:32 to go in the first. We'll have our first free throws of the day. It'll be Kayla Jordan at the line. Jordan, a transfer from Tulane, 5'9" senior from New Orleans, makes the first one. Mississippi State leading by 6 now. Jordan with 3 points in this contest. Make it 4. 2 for 2 at the line is Kayla Jordan. And a 7-point lead for Mississippi State. Elsie Harris in for the Gamecocks. Passes it to Madison McCoy. It was stripped. Shaquise May gets it back and gives it off to the point guard Harris. Harris, junior out of Mobile, transfer from Mississippi Gulf Coast, heaves up a three. And again, too much on it. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Barnum with the board, takes it all the way into the paint, passes to a wide open Jordan. Doesn't get much easier than that. Kayla Jordan kind of trickled right behind Crystal Asen underneath the basket. Easy 2 for her. And Jordan's got 6. It's 11-2. Harris on the near side. Park Lane in defense, over to Maya Barnes. Now to Shaquise May with a screen. Outside to Harris, back to Quee, straightaway 3 ball, partially deflected off to the left. Barnum got a piece of it. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Barnum gets it down the floor, and she double dribbled as she lost it off her leg. And that'll take us to the media timeout. 4:32 to go in the first, 11-2, Mississippi State on top. Jacksonville State basketball out of the timeout. Gamecocks down 9, 11-2. Bulldogs pressing. Elsie Harris gets it up past the timeline. Harris guarded by Park Lane. A couple of short, speedy guards. To the right side, Jasmine Spencer airballs a three, and that will roll out of bounds. Spencer, the NJCAA's leading scorer last year, junior guard out of Bartow, Florida. Played at Hillsborough Community College. Mississippi State brings it up via Park Lane over to Jerkayla Jordan, who has it at the elbow. Fakes the shot outside to Dereon Rogers. Down low, nearly stolen, and it is. Pulled away by Maya Barnes. Heads up play defensively. Down to Shaquise May. Has it toward the baseline. We'll slow it down a bit as they give away to Harris on the wing. Elsie goes right to left. Has some space on the wing. Doesn't try a shot. Gives top of the key to Madison McCoy, who drives. And she is blocked big time. Goni, the junior from Lincoln, Nebraska, sends that one into the stands. A big, big play as Jasmine Brown-Hager, the freshman, comes in for Mississippi State. So does Debrecia Poe, who was relieved shortly by Montague, a 6'6" freshman. Harris on the wing, 6 on the shot clock. Going up against the 6'4" Goni rather, and she throws it out of bounds. Was looking at Jazz Spencer on the near side, but couldn't get an accurate pass to her. And it's another turnover by Jacksonville State. Gamecocks with their third turnover so far. Bulldogs up by 9, trying to make it a double-digit lead. They give it to Poe, 3-ball. Off the rim, but rebounded by nobody. Again goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Mississippi State. Goni and Maya Barnes were battling that time. Barnes got the last touch on it. 3:16 to go in the first, 11-2 Mississippi State. 25th ranked Bulldogs get it in to Rogers. Right side, this is Park Lane. Screen set from Goni. Park Lane to the left, gives back to Rogers on the right side. Down low they go to Goni. Driving against Barnes. She'll stop. They pass back outside with 3 on the shot clock. Long 2 from Poe. Hits off the front of the rim and rebounded by Maya Barnes. Big board for the Gamecocks. That is just their third rebound of the game. Mississippi State has 11. Harris, nice move to get around Park Lane, but just momentarily. Takes it to the free throw line. Jumper at the elbow. And that'll rattle around and fall down. Second basket of the day for Jack State. It's 11-4. Rogers in front of the Gamecock bench. Gets a screen set. Comes near side. 2:20 and ticking in the first. Park Lane drives inside, and she'll draw a foul. It'll be a shooting foul against Elsie Harris as she was in midair. Lauren Park Lane will head to the charity stripe, trying to end a 2.5-minute scoring drought by MSU. Lauren Park Lane, the graduate from Wilmington, Delaware, played at Seton Hall before coming to Starkville, makes the first one. And it is an 8-point game now, 12-4. Second freebie from Park Lane is true, 13-4. Again, Mississippi State playing full court defense as Jacksonville State will get it past the timeline with Elsie Harris again, but she lost her dribble. Gives it off to Maya Barnes. The Shelton State Community College transfer at the baseline, kicks it in the corner to May. Shaquise has it, and she throws it right to the Bulldogs. Intercepted by Poe. Takes it all the way down the center of the floor, goes up against Harris, and that's the third charge of the quarter. Lowered her shoulder that time, and back to Jack State. Minute 53 to go in the quarter. Gamecocks down by 9, and they'll have the ball. So Madison McCoy will throw it in. Elsie Harris played at BC Rain High School, same public school that Coach Petrie coached at before taking the job at South Alabama. May back to Harris. Three's off the mark. Picked up by Rogers. Dorian Rogers against Shaquise May. Hook shot off the board's good. Banked it off the backboard to make it 15-4. Biggest lead so far for Mississippi State as they make their first bucket in the last 3.5 minutes. Harris in the corner. Bounces one to Maya Barnes. In the paint, Barnes spins to her right, looking for a teammate. Gives it off to McCoy with 7 on the shot clock. Over to Harris in the corner to May, 4 on the clock. Shaquise trapped, 1 on the clock. They have it blocked. Got it to Madison McCoy. She was rejected. And another shot clock violation by Jacksonville State. 5th turnover by the Gamecocks. And a block by DeBrisha Poe. Inbounds pass goes to Shepard. Has it on the right side. Back to Poe to the near side. Poe's had a good first period with 41 to go. Chance for more. Out to Rogers, 3 ball. No, ma'am. A fight for the rebound. Good hustle. It's off Jack State and out of bounds. Elsie Harris hit the deck. So did Jerkayla Jordan, who was jockeying for position that time. And it will be Jordan to throw it in for the Bulldogs. Jordan was one of the best mid-major basketball players last year and now shining at Mississippi State. Came in averaging, 17 and a half, something like that. 6 points in the first. Throws it in, gets a handoff, takes it to the right side. 14-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Rogers down low, tipped by Rhodes, intercepted. Jack State's got it. Elsie Harris comes away with the basketball. 16 on the clock. Shepard reaching in, trying to get a hand on the ball. Hand off to McDaniel, left side to Jazz Spencer. Under 10 to go. To Rhodes at the free throw line, drives in, layup no good. Rebounded by them, they'll have a chance. It's Dorian Rogers from half court, just off the rim. And that does it for the first 10 minutes. 10 minutes that Jack State would like to put behind them. They shoot 14% from the field and they trail it 15-4 as we head to the second here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Stay with us. Mississippi State basketball as we begin the second period. They lead it 15-4 over the Gamecocks. Debris Chabot passes to Jerkayla Jordan, takes it inside, jumper rims out, pulled down by Crystal Asen. Asen with a big board there to end that scoring opportunity. Driving the baseline, reverse layup goes Crystal Asen with a nice shot. Seen her working that shot in practice all preseason. And the JUCO transfer able to get the first points of the second. It's 15-6. Back to the Bulldogs and Shepard, who holds it in the corner. Pass down low to Aaron Barnum, layup good. Just slicing through this defense with ease. Mississippi State right back up 11. Harris holding it at the Mississippi State logo at midcourt, which is Mississippi State in maroon letters, the outline of the state of Mississippi below it. Rhodes to the wing to Harris, 10 on the shot clock, 9 minutes to go until halftime. Harris, step back three, way off the mark. Mississippi State takes it up past the timeline. Miracle Shepard, who has played very well to this point, has it on the right wing. Over to Barnum. Back to Jerkayla Jordan, the do-it-all shooting guard. Spins in the paint, shot goes in. I'm not sure how it did, but she finds a way. Jerkayla Jordan showing out, and she's got 8 points, a game high. As Bree Rhodes is Bree Rhodes is pushed at midcourt. Was trying to set a screen, and that'll be another foul on Mississippi State. 19-6 your score, Mississippi State up. 8:25 until the midway break. And that is the first foul, by the way, on Miracle Shepard. She was guarding Elsie Harris and bumped into Bree Rhodes. In it goes Samaya Steele. Walks it to the left wing. Has it in the front court now. Over to Rhodes at the arc. Down low, a pass back to Rhodes from Harris. Layup goes. Gamecocks trying to find something that works, and so far that play, the pass back down low, has found some success. Second made shot for Bree Rhodes, and it's 19-8. Got to play some defense. Three is missed, and an offensive board for Mississippi State. Barnum over to Shepard, and she responds in kind. Right back to a 13-point game, 21-8. After a made layup. Samaya Steele to Elsie Harris. Has it right at half court. Shepard on her. To an open Bree Rhodes beyond the timeline. Carter in front of her. 10 on the shot clock. Harris passes a flare shot to Madison McCoy. Maddie with 3 on the clock. A long two from Bree Rhodes off the front of the rim. Back to Mississippi State and Jerkayla Jordan. Jessica Carter. Screen set for Shepard. McDaniel standing guarding her. Shepard loops around to the right side, drives in, layup no good, but a foul from behind will send her to the line. That is the third foul on Jacksonville State, the first on Brooklyn McDaniel. As Steele and McCoy come off, Kiera Griffin and Crystal Asen check in. Rather, Steele will stay in. They're going to bring out Harris in her place. Under 7 to go in the half. A couple of freebies for Shepard. First one is good. Miracle Shepard, her first points of this one. And the freshman makes both. 15-point difference, 23-8. The 25th ranked team on top of Jack State. Brooklyn McDaniel lost the ball at not even half court. Got tripped up, it rolls out of bounds, and Mississippi State takes right back over. And now Shaquise May comes in for McDaniel. And Brooklyn will have a talking to from Petrie. Bulldog ball up big here in the first half. They go into Carter, and she was tripped by Brianna Rhodes. Lower legs collided that time, and a foul on number 10, Bree with her first. That is the second team foul of the second quarter for the Bulldogs. Excuse me, for the Gamecocks, that is. They'll say it was on the floor, no shooting foul. Shepard will throw it in just to the left of the backboard. Mississippi State getting set up. It was a stoppage of play for the officials. Now we're good to go. Gamecocks down 23-8, 6:43 to go until halftime. Inbounds pass caught by Jerkayla Jordan. Inside, stoppage of play, and an offensive foul away from the play once again. And that is going to be on Shepard, her second. Team foul number 2 on Mississippi State. Kiera Griffin, senior forward out of Ramsey High School, throw it in. They'll bring out 14 along with 21, so both Poe and Shepard check out. Goni comes in. We'll have the other sub. I think it's Park Lane. Samaya Steele ahead to Crystal Asen. A three, in and out. And picked up by Carter, the 6'5" center. Down the floor she goes to Rogers. Back to Carter. In the paint, layup, good. Makes it look just so easy. Jessica Carter having herself a nice first half. That's her first made shot, but she's been doing other things well. Shaquise May goes inside for Brianna Rhodes. It's stolen, jump ball. Possession to Mississippi State, excuse me, Jacksonville State. Bree Rhodes able to get back on top of that one and get a hand on it. She'll check out. Maya Barnes back in. Barnes was a JUCO teammate of Asia Barkley, who's on the roster, a high school teammate of Bree Rhodes. They give it into her, a handoff to Steele, three right away, no good. So Jordan ripped away by Barnes. Now she's trapped, back outside to Steele. Second shot goes. Samaya Steele buries the first three of the day for Jacksonville State. First made three in some time for either side. And it's 25-11. Uni on the right side. Jordan's got it. Jordan takes it herself, and she'll draw a shooting foul. Crystal Asen called for the contact, her second personal, and the third team foul. That will send Jordan back to the free throw line, a chance to get up to double digits if she hits both of them. She is 2 for 2 at the line so far. Make that 3 for 3 as she sinks the first one. 26-11. Second one from the senior from NOLA is good. 27-11. And Jack State brings in another sub. It's Spencer. 16-point lead for the Bulldogs. Kiera Griffin has it poked out at half court, gets it back, gives off to Shaquise May. In the corner it goes to Spencer. Spencer to the wing, now top of the key, it's Samaya Steele. 15 on the shot clock, screen is set, Steele to the left side, 10 to go. Jordan all over, back off to Griffin, 5 on the clock. Kiera takes it herself, right side jumper, good. That one finessed in off the backboard, 27-13. Bulldogs in transition, almost a steal, and it is. Jasmine Spencer had a hand on it, throws it off of Jordan, and it's Gamecock basketball when we return. Under 5 to play in the first half, 27-13. Bulldogs up by 14. 4:58 to go until halftime. Jacksonville State trails at Mississippi State, 27-13. Mentioned earlier, this is one of 4 contests going on in Conference USA play today. New Mexico State on the road at Incarnate Word. Last check, they are at halftime. The Aggies on top of UIW in San Antonio, 30-25. It's getting late in Murfreesboro. They're at the under 5 timeout in the 4th quarter. And Princeton on top of the Blue Raiders, the top predicted team in CUSA, 55-48. That is a surprising score. Liberty holding their own with Texas out in Austin. It's 23-17, 4.5 to go until halftime there. Just a couple of games last night. Sam Houston won their first game against Houston Christian, and UTEP holds off UMKC Kansas City late, 62-60. Gamecocks break the press as we're back out of the timeout. Shaquise May takes it herself, floater short. Rebounded by Maya Barnes. She'll throw it way outside to Kiera Griffin. Was corralled by the Birmingham native. Kiera's got it on the left wing. Passes back to May. Now to Kiera. To the baseline. Now at the edge of the lane. Straightaway 3 from Maya Barnes. Off to the right. Rebounded by Mississippi State. Yanked down by Poe. Over to Lauren Park Lane. Bulldogs get it to Carter. Jumper off the back of the rim. Offensive board for Debrecia Poe. Her putback is a bit short. And a foul going for the rebounds. Kiera Griffin fell on Debrecia Poe, and I hope she's okay. Fell down on her leg. Did not look good, and the trainer is going to come out. Debrecia Poe trying to put some weight on it. That one looked very scary. She's going to walk off with the help of the trainer. Good to see her making her way to the sideline. Maybe just looked worse than it really was, hoping that that is the case as Debrecia Poe makes her way off the floor here at the Hump. Really nice venue, by the way. They've got a DJ right behind us, keeping the vibes up during that injury timeout. And bounce pass goes to Samaya Steele. Screen set at midcourt. In the corner is Steele. 4 minutes to go until halftime. Left side to May. Now to Griffin. Back to Queese. She'll try a 3. And the junior from Atlanta had too much on it. Over the back on the rebounds. Maya Barnes called for a foul herself. That's going to be the first against the junior. Fourth team foul on the Gamecocks here in the second. They trail it by 14, 27-13 the score. Lauren Park Lane races down the right side, makes a layup. Park Lane with her first basket. She's up to 4 points now, and it's 29-13. Biggest lead of the day for Mississippi State. Samaya Steele to May. She'll drive right side. Can't have the same luck, though, as it was swatted away by Carter. Over to Jacayla Jordan all the way. Reverse layup. Does not go. Looked pretty, but couldn't make the shot. Down the floor to Spencer. Now to Griffin. Long 3 for Kiera, and she's got it. Kiera Griffin with the second made 3 of the period for Jacksonville State. And timeout taken on the floor. 29-16, under 3 to go. Be back in just a moment here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Bulldog basketball out of the timeout. They rocket one to Jacayla Jordan on the near side. Down low to Barnum, and she's fouled. Was just heaving up a shot as she was obstructed. And Coach Petrie looks on the far sideline. Disappointment on the face of the veteran leader out of New Orleans. It was an easy foul against his team, and the first free throw from Aaron Barnum is off to the right as it hit off the back of the rim. Barnum 2 for 2 from the field, but now 0 for 1 from the line. She's got 6 rebounds, 3 assists. She misses both of them. Picked up by Maya Barnes. Hand off to Samaya Steele, who comes up the floor side by side with Shepard. 2:30 and ticking, 2:38 and ticking, that is. 3 from Brooklyn McDaniel. And that one off the corner of the rim and the backboard. Picked up by Mississippi State's number 5, Aaron Barnum. Hand off to Jerkayla Jordan, big screen, and that's the 3rd foul on Carter. Moving screen against Jessica. And we probably won't see her for the rest of the second half, or rest of the first half until the second half, as Sam Purcell is giving the official an earful on the far sideline. .222 in the first half. Samaya Steele gets around Lauren Park Lane. A handoff to Kiara Griffin, 3 off the rim. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Shepard lobs one near side for Park Lane in the corner to Jordan. Down low, and it's intercepted. Carter did not sub out. She stays in the game. Gamecocks with it, long 2, and Samaya Steele hits another one. She's got 5 points, tied for a team best. 29-18 with under 2 to play. Closing in on halftime here in Starkville. Gamecocks have matched the Bulldogs' efforts in the second. 14 points either side. Much better offensive showing. Carter trying to get around Maya Barnes. She will, but the shot is missed, and Barnes collects that board. Steele to the right wing. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Minute 20 until halftime. Park Lane all over, quick feet defender. Over to Spencer, long 3, got it. And the Gamecocks are within single digits now. It's 29-21, a big shot from Jazz Spencer. First make of the day for number 1, and timeout taken. It's an 8-0 scoring run for the Gamecocks. And they trail by 8 now with a minute, 13 to go. Checking in on those other scores in the conference. Liberty now down 5 as they're closing in on the end of the first half in Austin. 28-23, Texas leads it. Still at halftime in Houston, in San Antonio rather, Incarnate Word and New Mexico State. 5-point lead for the Aggies. And it's a 57-51 game in favor of Princeton on the road in Murfreesboro. Gamecocks down 8, an 8-0 scoring run. Mississippi State has not scored in the last 2.5. The give is to Lauren Park Lane. Takes it past half court, gives to Barnum. Now to Jordan. Jordan jukes around Spencer, and she is fouled right underneath the basket. Bumped into, I think, by Madison McCoy, but the foul will go against Bree Rhodes. I was thinking they'd get Maddie that time. And McCoy could not believe it as they showed her face on the replay. But it was a foul. Free throw up and good. Jordan's got 11. That's 6 more than the next closest for either side. Jordan 6 for 6 from the line here in the first half, and it's a 10-point game, 31-21. Madison McCoy will check it in, the Walters State College transfer. Ahead to Kiara Griffin, they break the press. They had numbers, but picked off. Thrown right to Aaron Barnum. Ahead to Jordan, alley-oop, play up good. 33-21. Trying to break the press once more. McCoy ahead to Steele. Dribbles around some Bulldogs. Might have gotten away with the travel. Fans making noise in the final 35 seconds here in the first half. McCoy drives baseline, layup, no good, but she walks before that. Travel against Madison. Bulldogs give it in to Lauren Park Lane. Jack State's been out-rebounded 25-12 here in the first half. Outshot 44% to 29%. Shot clock only about a half second behind the game clock. So Lauren Park Lane dribbling down this clock. 7 to go, she'll start the play. Walks to the left, fakes a pass back, she'll take it. Spins around, 1 to go. Shot from Goni is off the rim, but it was a shot clock violation before it. And that should take us to halftime. It will. It's a 12-point game at the break. Jack State shows some great resolve in the second. They score 17 and they trail by just 1. In the second quarter, they trail by 12 at halftime. 33-21 your score. At the break, Gamecocks down by a dozen. Be back in just a moment on the Gamecock Sports Network. Back with you here at halftime at Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi. We got Red Panda performing at halftime of our non-conference matchup this afternoon. Giving the people what they want. She's got like, I don't know, 9 or 10 plates already on her head. She's got like 5 more in her hand. We'll give you the play-by-play of Red Panda here in just a minute. But first, we're going to go over some halftime stats as Jacksonville State trails Mississippi State here in Starkville. The 25th ranked Bulldogs up at the half, 33-21. Gamecocks went on a nice little scoring run there in the second. It was an 8-0 run to cut the deficit to 8. But that was as close as they would get. A couple of late buckets by the Bulldogs made it a 12-point difference here at the break. Jack State had the poor start. They were outscored 15-4 in the first, just a couple of buckets in the first 10 minutes. Then were outscored 18-17 in the second. Leading scorer for Jacksonville State in the first half, tied with 5 points, Kiera Griffin and Samaya Steele. Kiera, the senior forward from Ramsey High School with 2 rebounds and an assist, was 2 of 5 from the field and made a 3. Samaya Steele, 5 points, 1 rebound and 1 assist for the junior from Meridianville, Alabama. 2 made field goals and 1 made 3 from the sophomore Steele. 4 points for Brianna Rhodes in the first half, 1 rebound and a couple of fouls for the junior forward out of Montgomery. 2 made field goals. She missed a 3-pointer, which is not usually her style of game. That might have been her first 3 attempted as a Gamecock, but did not go in. 3 points on a made tray by Jazz Spencer. She had an assist in the first half. And then 2 points from Crystal Asen, who was just 1 of 2 from the field, 1 rebound, a couple of fouls. That's why she didn't see but 8 minutes in the first half. Elsie Harris played 9 minutes in the first half, 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting, 0 for 3 from deep, 1 assist, 1 foul, 1 turnover for Elsie. You turn the page to Mississippi State, and what a start from Jerkayla Jordan. She's almost outscored the Gamecocks. She's got 14 points, 4 of 8 from the field and 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds and 1 assist for Jerkayla Jordan. 4 points for Miracle Shepard. Shepard with a made field goal, 2 of 2 from the line, a rebound and an assist, but she has 2 personal fouls, something to keep track of as we head into the second half. 4 points from Lauren Park Lane, 4 points and 8 rebounds, 4 assists from Erin Barnum. She could have a really big game. I mean, she's not far off from being on pace for a triple-double. Debrisha Poe got into some foul trouble, but she made a 3 early. She has 3 points in the first half and 3 rebounds. 2 points for Darion Rogers. 2 points for Jessica Carter as well. 2 rebounds and 3 fouls for her. And that's pretty much it for scoring and notable stats in the first half. As you can hear the crowd going crazy for some Red Panda here at the Hump as she finishes up an amazing performance here in Starkville. Always does. Before we head to our final about 4 or 5 minute break before we come back to start the second half, we'll give you those scores of matches going on right now. Texas leads Liberty in Austin 31-25 at the half. 30 seconds left. Princeton in the bonus trying to close it out at Middle Tennessee 59-55, and still no update in that New Mexico State Incarnate Word game. 30-25 was the last update we had. New Mexico State up at the break. So we'll come back in just a minute. It's 33-21. Both teams on the floor and warming up for the second half in Starkville. Stay with us. Mississippi State basketball as we come back from halftime, 33-21. Bulldogs on top of Jacksonville State. They go down low immediately, and Erin Barnum gets back to work. She's got 6 points, drives inside, makes a shot off the glass to make it 35-21. Jacksonville State with a nice little run in that second quarter. 8-0 run to cut the deficit to 8, but since then it's been all Mississippi State. Brooklyn McDaniel drives for Jack State down the right side, and it's off the side of the backboard. Scooped up by Jerkayla Jordan, who will race down the floor. She'll stop inside the arc, stays on the pivot foot, passes it off to Debrecia Poe. Now top of the key, this is Barnum again. Just the height, the athleticism that Mississippi State has, it's hard to match up against if you're Jacksonville State. Crystal Asen called for a foul, had a hand on the ball momentarily, but then caught the hand of Erin Barnum, and that'll send Barnum to the line. First team foul in the second half. That is going to be the third personal foul on Crystal Asen. She'll jog off. Jazz Spencer comes in. Erin Barnum 3 of 3 from the field, but 0 for 2 at the line. Had 8 rebounds and 4 assists in that first half. She makes the first one. She's got 7 points. Second free throw from Barnum, and she's got both of them. The graduate from Little Rock makes it a 37-21 ball game. Bulldogs pressing here. Samaya Steele takes it up past half court. Has it at the edge of the Mississippi State logo. Looks near side. Bree Rhodes comes open. Drives inside. Shot off the glass won't go. Actually missed the rim that time and everything. It's pulled down by Mississippi State. And a foul as they toss it down to Jerkayla Jordan, bumped into by Spencer. Quick second team foul in the quarter against Jack State. First personal foul on Jasmine. They lob it in immediately to Carter. Makes it, count the basket, and a foul. Foul goes against Bree Rhodes. The Gamecocks have had 3 team fouls in a minute 15. Six points for Carter in her first trip to the line. It'll be the 8th trip to the free throw line tonight for Mississippi State. And she makes the and one. Makes it a 40-21 game. A 7-0 run to start the period for Mississippi State. There's Jasmine Spencer, had an opening, lost the dribble, tosses it in the corner, a 3 from Steele, off the iron. And yanked down by Jessica Carter. Go on the left wing. Get it to number 21, Debrecia Poe. Poe bounces one to Carter. Opposite corner. Hot pass now to Jerkayla Jordan. In the lane, Carter. Long 2 off the rim. And tipped, rebounded by Jerkayla Jordan. So quick getting back to it. A good pass to Barnum, and she makes a layup through contact. My goodness. Mississippi State starting perfectly in the first 2 minutes of this third quarter. And timeout taken by Jack State. 8:05 to go in the third. 42-21, Mississippi State on top. Jacksonville State trailing Mississippi State 42-21 here in the third quarter. 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the frame. Jacksonville State with not the best start in the world to this third interval. A 9-0 run for the Bulldogs to stretch it from a 12-point game to a 21-point difference. That foul on the last play, by the way, was against Kiera Griffin. That was the first against the senior. And it will send Barnum to the free throw line. Aaron Barnum with 10 points, 8 rebounds now. Has 4 assists as well. Reminder that Jacksonville State basketball will have their home opener on Friday. Gamecocks playing host to Alabama Huntsville. The Chargers making the trip down from Huntsville. Game time set for 6:30 p.m. at the Pete Matthews Coliseum. Buy tickets now at jackstatesports.com. 2 chances at the line for Aaron Barnum, who just made 2 not long ago. And the first free throw is up and good. It was an and 1. She missed it. Rebounded by Brooklyn McDaniel of Jacksonville State. 3 defenders around her as she crosses the timeline. She'll back it up to Elsie Harris. Harris comes to the near side. Long 2 off the rim, rebounded by the Bulldogs. Pulled down by Lauren Park Lane. Left side pass. Back to Park Lane. Now to Barnum. Jerkayla Jordan hangs on to it. Jazz Spencer in front of her. Gets around a screen. She'll step back. Darts inside. Loses the dribble as it was swatted at by Harris. Let's pass it away to Park Lane. 6 on the clock. Over to Barnum at the elbow. 3 on the shot clock. Drives in. Spin around jumper. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Carter. Putback is good. And another chance for an and 1. Jessica Carter. And the post play for Mississippi State has been incredible. Carter got 7 points now, and she's 1 for 1 at the line, trying to make it 2 for 2. Foul was called on Maya Barnes, her second, and the team's 5th. And 1 is good. It's 45-21. And the Bulldogs pressing on the inbounds pass, smelling blood in the water here. A 12-0 run to start the quarter. A pass to Maya Barnes. Shot over Carter is missed. Had an open look, couldn't get it. Over to the Bulldogs. Park Lane backs it up to Carter. Thought of a 3, then thought better of it. Screen set for Park Lane. Barnum down low. No foul. Might have been a bit of a flop on the Gamecocks. Jumper missed, rebounded by Jerkayla Jordan. Rebound put back, good. 14-0 run to start the third. 47-21. Jerkayla Jordan with 16 points. Spencer's got it, corner 3. Falls short. Bulldogs rebound it. Over to Jerkayla Jordan. Trying to extend this 26-point advantage. Left wing pass. Screen is set. Looping around to Brescia Poe. Jumper from the free throw line is buried. 49-21. It was 33-21 4 minutes ago. 16 in a row for the Bulldogs. Jasmine Spencer, the JUCO star. Over to Kiera Griffin, wide open from deep, and she sinks a 3. First points of the third for Jack State, 49-24. Kiera with 8 points, her second made 3, the senior from Birmingham. Jerkayla Jordan working against Jazz Spencer, back outside to Park Lane. Park Lane drives in, and she's fouled. And that will be called against Elsie Harris. Of course, the Bulldogs already in the bonus. 2 free throws on the shooting foul for Lauren Park Lane. She's 2 for 2 at the line today. Mississippi State playing their first 4 games of the year at home. They're at home later this week as they'll host New Orleans. That game will take place on Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. The free throw is good from Park Lane, 50-24. The second free throw from the graduate guard out of Wilmington, Delaware, is true. 27-point lead, 51-24. 5.5 and ticking here in the third quarter. Shaquise May passes half court over to Harris. Holds it on the right side. Elsie has it on the wing. Top of the key to Asia Barkley, the Anniston native. Posting up in the lane. Had it knocked away, gets it back. Jumps inside, layup is good. Asia Barkley with her first points as a Gamecock, and it's 51-26. Jerkayla Jordan passes around Crystal Asen. Back outside to Park Lane, and it's out of bounds off Jack State. Diving to tip that one away was Asia Barkley. And that takes us to the media timeout. 4:48 to go in the third, 51-26. Mississippi State leads. Mississippi State leads Jacksonville State 51-26 as we come back from our media timeout here in the third period. 4:48 to go in the third. Jack State down 25. Mississippi State has lived in the paint today, as you would expect with their size. 28 points in the paint, just 6 for Jack State, and make it 30. They go inside again to Jessica Carter, and the 6'5" center makes another one. It's 53-26. Elsie Harris has it on the left wing. Lauren Park Lane guarding her. Passes top of the key to Asia Barkley, the Shelton State transfer. Double teamed, back outside, Maddie McCoy. Senior from Knoxville, drives down low and lost it. Just dribbled it out of bounds, and Petrie drops his head. McCoy disappointed after just a flub. It happens to the best of them. Of course, Mississippi State in the bonus with 4 1/4 to go here in the third. Jerkayla Jordan driving the left side of the lane. Layup, no good. Rebounded, nobody. Thought Jack State would come away with it, but they'll say it was tipped out by Carter. So the Gamecocks will hold possession with Maddie McCoy to throw it in. Jerkayla Jordan comes out. Jasmine Brown-Hager, the freshman from Shorewood, Illinois, comes in. Harris, high pass to Shaquise May. May pressured right at half court to Harris, now to McCoy, and they break that press. Harris hangs on to it. Brown Hager over her now. A handoff to Crystal Asen. Has had a bit of a quiet game after showing out the first 2 contests of the year. Crystal kicks it in the corner to Elsie. Harris back to Crystal Asen. 2 on the shot clock, just heaves up a prayer. It's off the backboard and scooped up by Mississippi State. Lauren Park Lane has it beyond the arc. Darts inside, throws it to the corner. Brown Hager, stoppage of play and a travel. There was some contact, nothing warranting a foul, but they'll say she took that extra step before mixing in a dribble. 3:28 to play in the quarter. It's a 53-26 lead for the home team here in Starkville. First trip to Starkville in 11 seasons for Jacksonville State. 0-3 all time here. And still some time left, but not the best start, especially to the third quarter. You're being outscored 20-5. Samaya Steele ahead to Shaquise May, past half court. Over back to Steele. Hangs on to it in the front court. The give is to Crystal Asen. Asen working around Rogers. Now the help comes up quickly and slows her down. Right wing pass to Shaquise, or rather to Samaya Steele, who hits a 3. Samaya up to 8 points, her second tray, and it's 53-29. 2:50 here in the third quarter. Rogers inside to Carter, layup good. Asia Barkley hit the deck as she was bumped into, but Carter kind of looked her down after the shot and the no call. 55-29. Bulldogs all over the place on defense again. And Shaquise traveled. That was fantastic defense. The 6'4" forward, Nyunga Goni, was all over her. I mean, just nowhere to go, and May calling for the travel. That is turnover number 9 today for Jacksonville State. And then a foul away from the play as Asia Barkley looks like she ran over a Bulldog. Fell all over Shepard. And that foul against Barkley. So 2 free throws coming up for Shepard, the freshman. Miracle Shepard, 5'10" guard. You look at the stats, only 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, but she's played some solid minutes, got the start in this game, and she hits the first one. Now 3 for 3 at the line. It's 56-29. Shepard connects on both. Back to a 28-point lead for the Bulldogs. Samaya Steele. Again to Shaquise May. Works around Goni, passes ahead to Samaya this time. They do break half court. Steele retreating with Shepard in her face. 14 on the shot clock. Gives to Asia Barkley, the 6' forward. Hand off to May. Top of the key, 7 on the clock. Shaquise lost the dribble again, gets it back. Has it in the paint, down low to Barkley. Shot off the glass is good. Asia Barkley with 4 points, 2 of 2 shooting here in this third quarter. 57-31. Brown Hager goes to the left at the free throw line. Back to Goni. Has it on the wing, down low. Great pass and a better shot. Jessica Carter having herself a game. She's got 14. Getting closer to Jerkayla Jordan. It's 59-31. May to the baseline, long 2. And Shaquise into the scoring today. First make from the field for her. She's got 2. 59-33. Pass downstairs to Carter is knocked out of bounds by Barkley with 1:10 to go in the third. 70 seconds to play in this period. Jacksonville State down 26. Bulldogs will throw it in via Miracle Shepard. Goes into Jessica Carter. Underhand toss to Rogers. Driving to the baseline. Down low against Asen. Shot up. Shot good. Placed it in off the backboard. They've made 6 of their last 7 attempts. And it's 61-33. Gamecocks looking for another response. Not getting the stops on defense, but at least scoring some here in the third. Samaya Steele works around Goni. Hands off in the corner to Crystal Asen. Goes left, works right. Passes opposite corner to May, now to Maddie McCoy for three. Just got a very edge of the rim that time on the shot. Down to Shepard, layup, good. Falls to the floor as she jumped around Samaya Steele. And it is a 30-point game for the first time, 63-33. Brianna Rhodes down the floor, over to Samaya Steele on the right side. Shot clock is off, 13 ticks of the clock left in the third period. Screen from Rhodes, pass back to McCoy. Now to Asen, 4 on the clock. Crystal ducks inside, shot is rejected, but a foul with 1 second to go. And 2 free throws for Crystal Asen, who's got just 2 points today. This is the first trip to the free throw line today for Jacksonville State. Foul called on Rogers, her first. And the first foul on Mississippi State in the period comes with 1 second to go as the free throw's up and in from Asen. Asen Jr. out of Tacoma, Washington, with her second attempt. And it's off to the right. Tipped around, and that'll do it for the third. A 29-point game through 3, 63-34. Mississippi State on top. Be back in just a moment as we start the final stanza here on the Gamecock Sports Network. It's Gamecock basketball as we come back to you here at the Hump, Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi. Live on the Gamecock Sports Network. Kiera Griffin holds on to it on the left wing for Jack State. She'll pass it to the right side to Samaya Steele. The give is back to Crystal Asen. Gamecocks down 63-34. Decisive lead for Mississippi State. Crystal Asen outside. Samaya Steele, another three, and this one's off the front of the rim again. She'll get her own rebound and then a foul after the fact. She was kind of tripped over. See who the foul was on, and that'll go against number 1, Goni. First foul on Goni for Mississippi State. First team foul here in the fourth period as well. Petrie having a few words with the officials. Now we're good to go. Shaquise May gives in to Samaya Steele. To Asen on the near side. Lost the dribble. Samaya Steele picked it up, went right to her. In the corner to Griffin. Now to Asen on the right side. Down low to Brianna Rhodes, and a reaching in will be called. Quinera Montague, the freshman from Atlantic City, New Jersey, standing 6'6", getting some playing time today. She was kind of reaching in, hit the arm of Brianna Rhodes, trying to tip away that pass. Inbounds caught overhead by Kiera Griffin. Sends it to Steele on the left wing. Back to Griffin, same spot. 10 on the shot clock, 9:05 left. Steele bounces it to Rhodes, and she just flat out lost it. Went to drive into the paint, and it goes flying into the photographers. 63-34 your score. State on top in state basketball with under 9 to go. Miracle Shepherd down the center of the court. Goes right side. Give to Rogers. 3-ball off the pass. Rattles around and banks in off the backboard. 66-34. And another steal. It's going to be more. Goni with a layup. Shaquise May threw it right to her teammate. Shepherd with the assist ahead to Goni. How about another turnover? Not this time. Shaquise May threw it down the floor, but first she stepped out of bounds. (68-34). Mississippi State picked up a 35-point win against Alcorn State to start the year. They're up 34 right now, and there's still 8:22 left. Inbounds pass caught by Montague in the corner. The pass to Shepherd. Now they give to Brown Hager. And a foul away from the play on Jacksonville State. That one against Brianna Rhodes. And Bree will have her third personal. First team foul of the quarter. Bree checks out. Asia Barkley comes in. Hear the maroon and white chant. There's another foul. That time it'll be an offensive foul. And it's going to be Jacksonville State basketball. That one against Montague. For Montague, that is her second personal. Gamecocks will throw it in down 34. 8:17 to play. Elsie Harris scoots up past the timeline. She's bumped into, throws it off a Bulldog, and a wide open layup for Shepherd. Timeout taken by the Gamecocks. And Petrie is out to half court talking it over with Elsie Harris. We'll step aside with them. 70-34 your score, 8:05 to play. Jacksonville State basketball coming out of the timeout. 8:02 and ticking in this game. And Mississippi State leads it 70-34. Asia Barkley has it for the red and white. She'll toss it on the right wing to Kiera Griffin. Now to Elsie Harris. Back to Griffin. And right back to Harris on the left side. Just nothing doing against this Bulldog defense. They are seemingly everywhere. Jasmine Spencer around two Bulldogs, and the pass goes out of bounds. She got tripped up on her own feet. Was looking to get it to Asia Barkley. Flat out tossed it out of bounds as her momentum carried her. Mississippi State gives it off to Shepard, the freshman. Starter who's done well in this game, just top double-digit scoring with that latest bucket on the turnover. They give it to Goni, and Goni adds another one. The former Miami Hurricane makes it 72-34 with a shot off the glass. Petrie changing the play as Harris gets up past half court. Gets a screen from Kiera Griffin. Goes back to the right side, gives it off to Key, a three. It's off the back of the rim and pulled down by Goni. A 9-0 run to start the fourth for Mississippi State. They went on a 16-0 run to start the third. Rion Rogers hands off to Shepard, 12 on the clock. It's a 38-point difference. Right side of Brown Haggard, down low, and a collision falling to the floor. It'll be a jump ball. They were looking to get it to Montague. She bumped into Asia Barkley and hit the deck. The jump ball keeps it with the Bulldogs. Got to say, this is a nice arena, great venue for basketball. They've had a lot of renovations over recent years here at the Hump. Inbounds pass to Darion Rogers, had it stripped at, and now it's taken away. Shaquise May with a steal. In transition, junior from Atlanta is fouled. Try to put up a layup, so she'll head to the line for two. They get it against Brown Haggard. Freshman from Example Academy, native of Illinois. Tagged with her first. And two free ones for Shaquise May, who's got 2 points on the night. .629 left in this game. And the free throw from Shaquise May is up, and it's got too much on it. Shaquise played at Rockdale County High School, was one of the best players in the state of Georgia before signing with the Gamecocks. Her second free throw is good. 72-35. A 9-1 start in favor of the Bulldogs here in the fourth quarter. Miracle Shepard. She'll drive inside, almost lost her footing. Her shot missed, gets her own rebound. Passes in the corner to Brown Haggard. No look pass to Montague, layup good. Kind of glanced at her at the last second, dumped it off in the paint for an easy two, 74-35. A 39-point difference. Harris comes near side to May. Squeeze gets a screen, back to Elsie. Driving toward the baseline, gives to McCoy. Madison with a layup, too much on it. Goni sends one to Darion Rogers, senior from Chicago, transfer from DePaul. In the corner, pulling up a three, too much on it. Madison McCoy comes away with it. It's missed by Brown Haggard. 5.5 to go. Jazz Spencer gives to Barkley, outside to Shaquise May, and too high, out of bounds. .518 left as Goni passes it in to Shepard. Shepard on the left wing, a screen from Montague. Opposite corner, three from Rogers, nothing but net. Beautiful shot from Darion Rogers. And it is over a 40-point difference now, 77-35. Elsie Harris still running point for the Gamecocks as a couple of subs are about to check in. Pressured by Shepard. Gives it off to Barkley. Open lane, layup in there. Montague didn't have the best positioning that time. Asia Barkley able to make her pay, 77-37. 4:28 to go. Yoni in the corner. Passes off to Rogers. Just sank a three a moment ago. This time she'll give to Shepard, who will drive around multiple Gamecocks. Jumps inside and she's fouled. That one goes against number 2, Shaquise May, and that takes us to our final media timeout. 4 minutes, 16 seconds left in this one. Gamecocks down 40 in Starkville. Trip to the free throw line for Miracle Shepard after a foul on Shaquise May. First one up and good. It's Mississippi State 78, Jacksonville State 37. Make it 79-37. Shepard true on both of them. 12 points, 6 of 6 from the line for Shepard in this game. And it's a 42-point deficit for the red and white. Elsie Harris hangs on to it on the right wing. A screen set from Barkley. Comes near side to Brooklyn McDaniel. BMAC back to Harris. Tries a three. Well short. Works as a pass to Crystal Asen. Now back outside to Harris. Over to Barkley. Layup off the rim at the horn. I'm not sure what was happening on that sequence. I don't know what the play call was supposed to look like, but I would assume not like that. Shepard goes to the left wing. Brown Hager hangs on to it. Harris in front of her. To the right side. Rogers just dribbling out this clock and then taking a last-second heave is probably going to be the game plan for Mississippi State the rest of the way as Dereon Rogers is called for a travel. 3:22 left. Gamecocks will fall to 0-3 with this one. First 0-3 start since 2013 for Jacksonville State. They will look for their first win of the season Friday at home against UAH, Alabama Huntsville. Brooklyn McDaniel on the right wing. The sophomore out of Cleburne County High School. Gives off to Elsie Harris. Hook shot off the rim. And rebounded by Rogers for Mississippi State. Quickly down the floor. Might have got away with the travel, did Brown Hager. And the pass sails out of bounds anyway, so no harm done for Jack State. 79-37 with 2:52 to go. Again, Mississippi State will stay at home later this week. They will take on New Orleans 3 days from now at 11 a.m. on SEC Network Plus. Their first road game is a week from today at Belmont. Good start to the year for Belmont. And a good steal there for Shepard. Miracle Shepard, wide open layup. No problem that time for Mississippi State. And it's 81-37. Gamecocks have scored just 3 in this fourth period. 2:26 to go. High pass to Asen, outside to Jazz Spencer. 3 ball, it's good. And the Gamecocks finally hit 40. Timeout is taken. 81-40, 2:20 to go. Jack State down 41 late. The Mississippi State pep band plays on as we come back from the timeout that was taken by head coach Rick Petrie. Mississippi State 81, Jacksonville State 40. 2:20 and ticking as Miracle Shepherd picks up the inbounds pass. Gives to Dereon Rogers. To Brown Hager, now back to Rogers. Trying to get the big post player involved, down low to Montague and misses the layup. Rebounded by Madison McCoy. Jacksonville State being outscored 18-6 in the fourth period, outscored 48-19 in the second half. As the three-pointer in the corner is missed by Crystal Asen. Just 3 points today for Crystal. Gamecocks back at home this weekend to take on Alabama Huntsville. As Goney gets a pass in the corner but mishandles it, goes into the cheerleaders, out of bounds. 99 seconds left in this blowout defeat. Jasmine Spencer trots up past the timeline, gives in the corner. Rachel Johnson tries a three, and she's got it. Johnson, the graduate transfer from Georgia Southern, makes it 81-43. Rogers over to Brown Hager. She's guarded by Johnson, who just nailed that tray. That was the 7th made three of the night for Jack State. Mississippi State's been all in the paint. They're going to get 2 more. Brown Hager with a made basket and a foul. 83-43. That ends a 6-0 run by the Gamecocks. That foul on Madison McCoy will be the 3rd team foul against Jacksonville State. Up and good from Brown Hager with 1:08 seconds left. It's back to a 41-point game. Jazz Spencer outside to Rachel Johnson. Opposite corner, this is Asen. 54 seconds to go. Crystal gives off to Asia Barkley. Defense everywhere. Over to Johnson, another three. Too much on it. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. A 16-second difference between the shot and game clocks. 40 seconds to play here. Mississippi State will have to shoot one. It's Goney, the 6'4" junior. Gives it off to Brown Hager. And they throw it right to Asia Barkley. Shot clock off now. Jazz Spencer races all the way. Layup, good. Speeds away from the defense. It's 84-45. And that should just about do it. 23.4 seconds left. Shepherd takes it up past half court. Sam Purcell says that's enough. And the bench stands up and the claps begin here at the Hump. Mississippi State will improve to 3-0 with a 39-point win over Jack State. Gamecocks fall 0-3. They lose 84-45. Of course, we will have head coach Rick Petrie with us here very shortly to talk about the game. Gamecocks fall. Nobody in double-figure scoring, but 3 players with 8 points. Samaya Steele, Kiera Griffin, and Jasmine Spencer. The previous 2 with 2 rebounds each, Steele and Griffin. I think Coach Petrie is going to have a quick moment to join the team in the locker room before he comes out for our post-game interview. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us on this Sunday afternoon here in the Magnolia State. We'll go over those final stats. Samaya Steele, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Another decent outing from the sophomore out of Meridianville. And actually, here comes head coach Rick Petrie. We will join him right now. We'll continue those stats momentarily. Joined now by Coach Petrie. Coach, a tough one tonight against Mississippi State. What are your thoughts on the matchup?
Well, first of all, they're really good. But, and I thought in the first half, I thought we competed. We couldn't score in the first quarter at all. We scored 4 points, but yet we held them to 15. So we defended well enough to be competitive. In the second quarter, we cut it to 8 and then gave up a silly basket on a dumb turnover. But still went in, I think down 12, I think it was. And we talked about the fact that, we were competitive with a very good team. And we needed to compete coming out of the locker room. And we absolutely laid down. We just laid down out of the locker room, and we never competed in the second half. I mean, literally, maybe a few possessions here or there, but we showed no competitiveness and no gumption and no toughness. Listen, we couldn't dribble it, we couldn't pass it, we couldn't shoot it, and then on the defensive end, we just stopped fighting. Because if you can't dribble it, pass it, or shoot it, if you defend, you at least can keep yourself in the game. We didn't even defend. We just completely just got squashed in the second half. And, I called a timeout after they went on a 10-0 run, and that didn't make a difference. And so we just didn't respond in the second half. And it's disappointing because, I've said this to teams that I've coached over the years, whether you're up 30 or down 30, you still should be competing at the same level. And, we just, I'm not so sure we didn't start feeling sorry for ourselves, and then we're not able to fight. It's really hard to pout and fight at the same time, and we just weren't able to do that. So, it is what it is. Sure. I mean, this is, if you're going to lose, this is not the way you'd like to lose. But we got 25 more regular season games to play. So, as a head coach, it's on me to try to find a way to elevate this group. I thought their energy was really good at practice yesterday. I thought they were invested, and I thought our energy was good in the first half. Our energy was very good. We just couldn't make a basket early, but in the second quarter we started making some baskets. But then in the third quarter, we just literally laid down, and that was highly, highly disappointing.
Yes, sir. Heading back home later this week, first home game against Alabama Huntsville on Friday. What are you wanting to see from the team as we head back to the peak?
Well, I want to see us improve because we just haven't improved. We've played a week. It's been a hard week now, but nonetheless, you'd like to see some improvement. And I guess you can credit the way we played in the first half with some improvement, but the second half we were a joke. And so whatever improvement we showed in the first half, we basically just flushed it down the toilet with our effort in the second half. So we just have to again go back to the drawing board. We don't play again until next Friday, and see what we look like. Now, obviously, that team's going to look a lot different. I mean, we're playing. We played Auburn, who went to the NIT at the SEC and got to the second round of the NIT. We played Utah Tech, who won 19 games last year and had most of their best players back. And then we played the 25th ranked team in the country. We're going to be playing a Division II team on Friday. It's going to look different, but it doesn't matter that it's going to look different. We've got to show the fact that we'll compete for 40 minutes. We haven't shown that we're capable of doing that yet.
Yes, sir. Well, we thank you for your time. We'll see you on Friday,
yes,
Coach.
Sir.
That was head coach Rick Petrie joining us here at the Hump Humphrey Coliseum after a tough 84-45 loss for the Gamecocks. Again, final stats: Samaya Steele 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Kiera Griffin 8 points on 3 of 7 shooting, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 8 points for Jazz Spencer, 3 of 5 from the field, added 3 assists. Turned the ball over just once in this game. 4 points for Brianna Rhodes in this matchup. She did get into some foul trouble with 4 personal fouls, 1 rebound. Asia Barkley, her first points as a Gamecock, 6 points and 1 personal foul in the loss. 3-pointer made by Rachel Johnson. 3 points tonight from Shaquise May. 3 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist for Crystal Asen. 2 points for Elsie Harris. Maddie McCoy had 3 rebounds. Maya Barnes had 5 rebounds as well. We're back with you on Friday. Gamecocks playing host to Alabama Huntsville, the Chargers, on Friday night, 6:30 p.m. tip-off at Pete Matthews Coliseum. We hope to see you there, but as always, if you can't make it out, you can catch all the action on the home of the Gamecocks, the Gamecock Sports Network. For everybody with Jacksonville State Athletics, everybody with Jack State Women's Basketball, Logan Maddox signing off. Your final score from Starkville: Mississippi State 84, Jacksonville State 45.